The Woman Who Prayed, Heaven into England. The story of Susanna Wesley. In the 1700s, England was spiritually cold. Churches were empty. Morality was collapsing. Families were breaking apart. It seemed as though the nation had lost its spiritual fire. But in one small home, something was quietly happening that would one day change the course of history. Her name was Susanna Wesley. She was not a famous preacher. She did not stand on platforms or travel the world. She was a wife, a mother, and a woman who carried a deep burden for God. Susanna Wesley had 19 children. Her life was marked by poverty, hardship, and overwhelming responsibility. Her husband was often away, and she carried the weight of raising and educating her children alone. Her house burned down twice. Her resources were small. Her life was loud and demanding, yet within her was a holy determination. She believed that God had entrusted her with something sacred. She believed her children were not ordinary. She believed they were born for God. So she made a decision that would shape eternity. Every day, Susanna would sit on a simple wooden chair and pull her apron over her head. When her children saw the apron, they knew their mother was praying. That small act became her altar. That chair became her holy ground. In the middle of noise and chaos, she created a secret place with God. Under that apron, Susanna prayed for her children by name. She did not pray that they would be successful or comfortable. She prayed that they would be holy. She prayed that they would love God. She prayed that they would carry His fire. Heaven listened. Years later, one of her sons, John Wesley, would become one of the greatest preachers in history. He would preach to millions and spark a revival that swept across England and beyond. Another son, Charles Wesley, would write more than 6,000 hymns, many of which are still sung around the world today. But before there was a revival in churches, there was a revival in a kitchen. Before there were sermons in fields, there were prayers whispered under an apron. When the local pastors refused to preach in her town, Susanna opened her home. She began to teach the Bible to men, women, and children. More than 200 people would gather to listen. She was not ordained, but she was anointed. She was not famous, but she was faithful. And heaven honored her obedience. The Methodist movement, which would touch millions of lives, did not begin on a stage. It began in a woman's secret place. It began in a mother's prayers. It began in a heart fully surrendered to God. Today, the legacy of Susanna Wesley lives on in churches, hymns, and hearts all over the world. But her true legacy was not her son's fame. It was her faith. She reminds us that the most powerful things often happen in hidden places, that prayer can change generations, that a single life fully given to God can shake heaven and shape history. This was Susanna Wesley, the woman who prayed heaven into England.